नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका के न्यूज़ 24/7 में। तो चलिए देखते हैं आज की हेडलाइंस। मोदी's government GNCTD Ordinance proof BJP still clueless on Delhi's political AAP. The root cause behind Modi government ordinance to override the 11th May Constitution Bench judgment of the Supreme Court on the control over services in Delhi is neither legal nor administrative. It is in fact the historical lack of clarity among the country's two main parties ruling BJP and main opposition Congress on how state Delhi's political should have been handled. They continue to be clueless. Another unforeseen critical factor which both parties never imagined is the emergence of AAP as a major force in the city-state. The Friday late night audience marks a complete political U-turn by the BJP on the issue of Delhi politics within 3 decades. Old-timers would remember that none less than BJP founders, former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and former Deputy Prime Minister L.K. Advani themselves led numerous protests across the street of the national capital demanding full statehood in the decade of 1980s. So much so that the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao and had to yell through partially to provide Delhi with the Vidhan Sabha through the 69th Constitutional Amendment in 1991. The demand was met partially by the Rao government to dilute the BJP's high-pitched campaign, but Congress never believed in the statehood for Delhi and preferred to keep it a union territory with the Vidhan Sabha, only solace being that it was mentioned in the constitution to make it look important. Traders held RBI move, political parties blast union government. The RBI's decision to withdraw Rs 2,000 denomination banknotes from circulation has mixed reaction in Dhanbad, with the business community saying the move would be beneficial for the economy, while the politicians terming it as yet another proof of the failure of the economic policies of the centre. Welcoming the move, the president of Dhanbad District Chamber of Commerce, Chetan Goenka, said through it is bound to create problems for the business community to the benefits for the country will however outweigh their problems, as it would help minimize corporation and ultimately advantageous for the common people. Though it is bound to create problems for the business community, it would be beneficial for the country, said Chetan Goenka, president of Dhanbad Chamber of Commerce, welcoming the step of the government as it would help minimize corporation and be ultimately advantageous for the common people. 22-year-old girl drones after her car gets stuck in flooded underpass in Bengaluru. CM meets Dickie's family. A 22-year girl is identified as Banurekha drowned in a flood underpass at KR Circle of Bengaluru after her car got stuck on Sunday. Parts of Bengaluru city received heavy rainfall on Sunday. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddharth Maya met the family of the deceased. In other news, PDF Chief Mehbooba Mufti addressed media in Bengaluru on Sunday, May 21 and brought the Narendra Modi-led government under IRE by saying that the BJP doesn't want to have an opposition. Delhi government has been disempowered. This is going to happen to everyone. Meanwhile, in its first cabinet meeting on Saturday, the state government accorded in principle approval to implement the Congress party's 5 guarantees, and initial estimates indicate that it would cost the exchequer Rs 50,000 crore annually. CM Siddharth Maya said, the assurances promised before the election would most likely be implemented after the next cabinet meeting, he said. Uttarakhand's Narendranagar all set to host state's second G20 meet. Preparation for the second G20 meeting in Uttarakhand's Narendranagar are in full swing, with authorities leaving no stone unturned to make it a big success. The mega event is being organized in Narendranagar, town of Uttarakhand's Tehri Garhwal district on May 24 and 25. On Saturday, Mussoorie Dehradun Development Authority MDDA Vice President Bansidhar Tiwari inspected the beautification works being taken up in Muniki Beti and Lakshman Jhula area and gave necessary instructions. Adequate arrangements have been made to showcase the culture of Uttarakhand to foreign delegates of the G20. While the grand figure of Bajrangbali on Janaki Setu will attract the guests, the decoration of the railing and others will add the attraction, said officials. The Ganga Ghats of the area have also been decorated. The first group of G20 delegates will come to Jolly Grant Airport in Dehradun. Here, beautiful figures have been engraved on the walls inside and outside the airports to give them a glimpse of the culture of the Uttarakhand. The road leading from the airport to Narendranagar has also been decorated. The idol of Mahadev situated at the middle of the gangs will also be a significant attraction, said officials. Odisha CM Navin Patnaik to reshuffle Council of Ministers tomorrow. The Chief Minister of Odisha Navin Patnaik is preparing to reshuffle his cabinet on Monday after the Speaker of the Odisha Assembly and the two ministers stepped down, news agency ANI reported. On May 22, the Conversation Center of Lok Sabha Bhavan in Bhubaneswar will host the swearing-in ceremony for the recently appointed Council of Ministers according to the predetermined schedule. The event is set to begin at 9:30 am. Patnaik is preparing to rearrange his cabinet for the second time during his fifth tenure as Chief Minister of the state. As the new ministers prepare to take their oath, Governor Ganeshi Lal, the designated administrator, is currently visiting his hometown, Haryana, and is expected to return on Monday. Sources indicate that he has been asked to come back on Sunday, news agency PTI reported. Tourist plane crashes in Switzerland. 3 people killed. A tourist place crashed in a wooded mountainous area of western Switzerland on Saturday, killing the 3 people on board, police said. Rescue services and police are at the scene of the wreckage. The small tourist plane crashed in a steep and forested area near Ponts de Martel in the Swiss canton of Neuchâtel at around 10:20 am, 0820 GMT. Regional police said. The pilot and the 2 passengers died on site, the Neuchâtel police said in a statement without providing further details about the victims. The plane was registered in Switzerland and had taken off from the nearby Choix de Fonds airport for a sightseeing flight. A large rescue and recovery operation had been launched, police said, adding though that the crash site in the Neuchâtel mountains was in very steep terrain accompanying the work. The cause of the crash remained unclear, the statement said, adding the authorities had launched an investigation to determine the circumstances. Ukraine denies losses of Bakhmut to Russia after epic battles. President Volodymyr Zelensky denied Bakhmut had fallen to the Russians, his spokesperson said Sunday, while admitting there was nothing left of the flattened city after the longest battle of the war. A day after President Vladimir Putin congratulated his troops and private mercenary group Wagner, who claimed to have taken the symbolic target, Zelensky suggested it would be a fiery victory for Moscow in a legendary emotional answer. For today, Bakhmut is only in our hearts. Zelensky spokesperson had to clarify that the Ukrainian president did not confirm the loss of Bakhmut to Russian troops. The president denied the capture of Bakhmut, spokesperson Sergei Nikiforov said on Facebook. Yesterday match between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Royal Challengers Bangalore. Let's see some highlights. The Royal Challengers Bangalore RCB beat the Sunrisers Hyderabad SRH by 8 wickets in yesterday IPL 2023 Indian Premier League match at Rajiv Gandhi International Airport in Hyderabad. Chasing 187, RCB roamed home in 19.2 overs as Virat Kohli 100 of 63 and Faf du Plessis 71 of 47 added a mammoth of 172 for the first wicket. Kohli and du Plessis' brilliance overshadowed a fine 100 from Henrich Klaasen 104 of 51, who guided SRH to 186 for 5. Yesterday's second match highlight between Kolkata Knight Riders and Lucknow Super Giants. Kolkata Knight Riders captain Nitish Rana won the toss and chose to bowl first. Lucknow Super Giants ended up getting off to a sluggish start, losing a wicket in the third over. However, Preek Mankad helped them to accelerate in the last 2 overs of the power play before falling in the 7th himself. Bhairav Arora took the wicket and he ended up getting the big wicket of Marcus Stoinis in the same over as well. Lucknow Super Giants were soon in the furthest trouble after captain Krunal Pandya and Quinton de Kock fell as well. However, Nicholas Pooran has come out swinging and his big hits helped set up a partnership of over 50 runs with Ayush Badoni. LSG eventually scored 176 for 8 in 20 overs with Puran scoring 58 runs in 30 balls. KKR got off to a flyer with a Venkatesh Iyer and Jashan Roy smashing 61 runs in the first 5 overs. However, LSG put a break on the proceeding with their spinners taking the wickets of Roy, Iyer and Captain Rana. Andy Russell could not make a big impact, but Rinku Singh kept KKR alive. He ended up scoring an unbeaten 67 of 33 balls and brought KKR within 1 run of the target. LSG have thus just about qualified for the playoffs, while KKR race has been run in the year's tournament. ऐसे और न्यूज़ को जानने के लिए जुड़े रहिए के न्यूज़ 24/7 के साथ.